Morning, everyone, and welcome back. So let's get started with the today's session. Okay, so I had some difficulty joining in, but looks like I'm able to share my screen now. Please let me know if you are able to see my screen, and we are good to start here. Okay. All right. Thank you for the note, Surbi, and please pass on my condolences to your family. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's get started. I think we spend a good amount of time on the networking side, and I hope you have enjoyed that topic and that topic has brought some good clarity for you. So um, how do you feel about the yesterday's session? So was it good enough to give you the enough information on the networking and the VPC? Was that was it nice? Okay. All right. Okay. I just have one feedback here from Shivam. Okay. So all right. Very nice. Okay, Rahul found that it was a bit difficult. Uh, okay, but you were able to navigate that. Okay, good, good, very good. All right. Okay. So IGW is the only required to provide the internet site. That is correct, Shri. Okay, that is a good understanding. That is a correct understanding. All right. Okay, let's get started here, and we are going to be going in trying to explore some of the advanced features of one of the storage, and that is known as S3. So once we are going to be able to understand the S3, then we'll be able to actually integrate this particular service with more services within the Amazon. Okay, as we move forward, you will find that we will be able to go and relate this. We'll be able to make use of this with the other services. All right, so let's continue here. Okay, all right. Let me just organize my screen here so that I'm uh, I'm able to make best use of it. Okay. All right, I think looks good. Okay. All right. Uh, so let's begin with it. So S3 is an object storage, and we briefly touched upon that how exactly S3 works, right? We can go and create the buckets, and we can go and upload the files, and then we can go and able to utilize those with the help of the URL getting generated, right? That is how it works. Uh, let's go and log into the console, and we're going to be going and trying to add the more information to on what we have already learned. Okay. So I'm going to be going and trying to log in here to my account. All right, let's log in. And I request you to please join me here in this lab. Okay, so here I am on the AWS Management Console. This looks good. And I'm gonna go and take you to the storage section, and then I'm gonna make use of the S3 service. So I believe everyone is aware of the S3 service. So I think Nitish might not be aware. So I'm gonna go and try to do something new for the Nitish. Okay, then that's gonna be trying to create something new for Nitish here. So Nitish, we are gonna go and create a bucket here, and bucket is actually kind of a folder which will help us store data. We need to go and click on say create bucket, and then we need to give a name which need to be unique and in the lowercase. Okay, so I'm gonna create a bucket here. I'm gonna say my demo bucket, and I'm gonna set as 12 March. So I'm trying to create one bucket here for 12th of March, and then I simply say I do not want to block the public access. Okay, I will not be able to block the public access. This means bucket level permissions are something I'm not allowing or not using. Okay, that is something I'm uh, trying to skip through so that I'll be able to change the permissions on the individual files. So I'm gonna go come down and say I want to, okay, I need to acknowledge that, and I need to create this bucket. So if I'm gonna be using this name, so you will not be able to use this name. You need to go and use a different name here. Okay, so I have used this name, so you will not be able to use this name, and you need to make use of different name there. All right, as soon as we come here, okay, as soon as we come here, we saw we will be able to use this bucket for the static website hosting, and we use that for the versioning, right? That is something you are already aware of. Is that correct? Is that something you know? And do you have the previous bucket still existing with you? Okay, okay, all right, very, very nice. That is great. Now, I'm going to be sharing one scenario with you, and we are going to be trying to solve that with the help of some of the advanced features which are available here. Okay, I'm going to take you to the AWS global infrastructure. Okay, I'm going to take you here to the AWS global infrastructure. And here on the global infrastructure, I'm going to show you the map which we have here. Okay, and here on this map, uh, I'm gonna discuss with you that the challenge which we are trying to solve. Okay, the challenge which we are. Let me bring in my drawing pen here so that I can draw some stuff for you. Okay. All right. Here is the drawing. So let's say you are having your office here in US. Okay, you have the office here in US, and now you want to store some data which is going to be available to all the users. So you're going to go and create a bucket here in US, and all the users who are there in US want to access the data. They can simply go and try to consume the data from this bucket. Okay, they'll be able to and get this data from this bucket. They'll be able to use the data from this bucket. Now your company has decided that they want to start an office here in India. Okay, they want to start a new office here in India. You have many employees who want to use the same data, but in this scenario, in this case, the users actually need to go and travel all the way to different continent, and then they have to go and consume the data from US. Okay, that is how they are going to be going and using the data from US. So if I'm going to be using the data from a different country, from a different continent, so it is going to be causing us some latency. It is going to be causing some delay, right? It is going to be having some performance issues as well. So how I can go and fix that? How I can go and change that behavior? What I can do, I can actually go ahead and create a one more bucket here in Asia, in Mumbai, and I can actually go and try to replicate the data between these two. I can say whatever the data I do have there in US, I would like to go and replicate the same here in Mumbai. Okay, means I'm going to be trying to create two buckets, and I'm going to be syncing those buckets so they have the same data. All right, and that is something we are going to be trying to do next. Okay, something I'm going to be trying to do next. Is that fine? Is that scenario okay? Do you understand the problem? So to solve this, okay, to solve this, we are gonna go and now try to create two buckets here. Okay, we're gonna go and create a source bucket, and we're gonna go and create a destination bucket. Okay, those are the two buckets which we are gonna be trying to create. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, let's do that. So I'm gonna take you to S3 dashboard. Let's go back there. And on the, okay, where is that? Okay, this is the S3 dashboard, and I'm going to be trying to create two buckets here. Okay, I'll go and create two buckets here. So I'll want to create a bucket, and I want to create first bucket in Mumbai. So this time I'm going to select that the data which I'm going to be storing, I want all that data to stay in Mumbai. So from this list, I'm going to go and create this bucket in Mumbai. I'll call that one as my uh, source source bucket in Mumbai. Okay, I'm gonna say this is source bucket in Mumbai, and I'm creating that on 12th of March. So I'll just add a timestamp here to make it unique. Okay, you can use any name, and you just need to just choose that I want to create that bucket in Mumbai. Okay, it's not happy with these characters. So does this allow dash? Let me check if it allow dashes here. Okay, it allows dash. So I was able to create this bucket name, that is source bucket in Mumbai, and you can see it is actually showing that this bucket exists in Mumbai, right? Earlier we have not chosen any kind of a region, and it automatically created those buckets there it automatically created those buckets in Virginia. Okay, it actually created those buckets there in Virginia. Okay, all right. Now I'm going to create a one more bucket, and that is going to act as a destination bucket for me. So I'm going to say it is destination bucket, destination bucket, and I'm going to create this bucket in Singapore. Okay, I'm going to create that bucket here in Singapore. So from the drop down, I'm going to go and select that I want to go and make use of the Singapore region for it. Okay, so I'm going to go and make use of this in Singapore. And then I'm gonna scroll all the way down and say create this bucket as well. So I am ready with the two buckets here. I have created a source bucket and I have created a destination bucket as well. And right now, if I try to show you, both the buckets are blank. So this is the Mumbai bucket, which is blank right now, no data in it. And this is the Singapore bucket, and this Singapore bucket is also blank for me. There's no data in it. Okay. All right, not sure why it is not showing that. Oh, that's not good. What happened? Okay, okay. For some reason it was not opening here for me. Okay, let me try that, refreshing it. Okay, so I was trying to show you that I do have both the buckets which are blank, which are empty. This is a Singapore bucket and I don't have any data here in Singapore. Okay. If I'm going to be going and checking Mumbai, Mumbai is also blank. And now I'm actually going to be going and trying to set up uh, some replication here. So I need to go to option here called management. Okay, I need to go and choose an option here called management, and this is where I'm gonna go and set up a replication. As soon as you go and select here, I'm selecting the source bucket Mumbai, and then I'm choosing the management part here. And if I scroll it down, you have an option here called replication rules. And I'm interested in creating the replication rule here. I'm going to go and click on say, I want to create a replication rule here. As soon as I come here to create a replication rule, it's going to be asking me, okay, what the name of the rule you want to use. So I'll call this one as my rule. Okay, I'll just give this a name as a my rule. And then it's going to ask me, okay, your source bucket is this one from where you're creating this rule. That is nice. But which one is going to be your destination bucket? You can also specify that whether you want to replicate all the files or you want to replicate specific files. So you can actually go and add some kind of a filters. Say I only want to move PDF files. I only want to move some of the specific files, right? Not all the files. Okay, so I'm going to say this rule is going to be applying to all the objects in this bucket. I want this to be applied to all the files, not some specific file, but all the files I want to use it for the replication. Okay, and then I need to go and specify a destination bucket. Okay, so you can choose a bucket in the same account or you can choose a bucket in the other account as well. So if I select in here, the destination bucket is going to be available here from the browse button. Okay, it is showing the all the buckets which are there. Okay, showing all the buckets which we have. Is it showing for you? All right, very nice. So you're able to see this one, and I'm going to be going and choosing the destination bucket here. I'm going to go and say I want to choose a destination bucket that is Singapore. Okay, I'm going to be trying to replicate data from Mumbai to Singapore, and let's choose this one. Okay, so once you're going to be trying to set up this rule also asks you to enable the versioning here. It says the source bucket need a versioning and destination bucket also need versioning. So what you need to do, you actually need to go and click on that, say enable the bucket versioning. It's going to be really quick to set that up. If you scroll it down, you can actually go and enable the versioning for the destination bucket as well. Okay, so it's important. You need to enable this one. Okay, it's important that you need to enable this one. Now here we are asking one bucket to copy data to another one. Okay, we are asking that we want to copy data from one bucket to another one. So we need to give permissions, and those permissions can be given with the help of the IAM role. Okay, we can actually give these permissions with the help of the IAM role. So we'll talk more on the IAM role in the next section, because after this we are going to be talking about the IAM services. So we need to choose an IAM role. We'll select that we want to create a new role here. Okay, from this drop down, we'll say we want to create a new role here. It will automatically create those permissions for us. Okay, and we are gonna be all good. So we are gonna go and scroll it down and then gonna say we would like to save it. Okay, we would like to save it. So as soon as you save, it is gonna be enabling the version automatically. Okay, it's gonna be setting up that replication automatically. So that is very, very nice. Now I am all set to go and test this out. Okay, I'm just gonna go and close this one, and I'm gonna be going back here to my bucket. Right now, I do not have any of the objects here. I do not have any of the file. Okay, I can refresh this and it says there are no files here. I can choose the destination bucket as well, and it's gonna say no, there are no files in here as well. Okay, all right. Okay, why did we enable the why did we enable the versioning? So the reason for enabling the versioning is that is a prerequisite for the that's a prerequisite for uh, replication. Versioning will help uh, keep the old file, right? If you're going to be trying to delete a file, it is still going to be helping you preserve it. Okay, that is the reason we are trying to enable the versioning here. Okay, Muhammad, what help you need for the IAM role? Just say create new role and give any name. That's it. Okay, just say create role and give any name. That's it. All right, now I'm going to be going and trying to test this out. I'm going to source bucket and I'm going to be trying to upload one of the file. I'll say upload and I'm going to choose a file here. Okay, let me go and select a file here. Let me see if I have a file here in pictures which I can share. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm just trying to find a file here. Okay, okay. Let me try to save one file and gonna be trying to use that. That's gonna be the file which is gonna be the AWS logo. Okay, I'm gonna be trying to use that one. All right, I'm gonna just go and drag and drop it here and then gonna upload it. Or we can simply go and say would like to go and upload that. Okay, so here is a cloud file. I can drop it around here and I'm gonna be trying to upload here. Okay, so this is a file which I'm gonna be trying to use. Or I think let me give a different name to it. Okay. All right. So I'm going to be trying to upload this file here, which is a AWS Cloud. Okay, I'm going to be trying to upload this file here, AWS Cloud. I'm going to be trying to upload another file here called download.png. It's the same file, but it was with a different name earlier. So let me go ahead and say want to use this file. And I'm going to scroll all the way toward the end and simply gonna go and click on the button say upload. Okay. All right. So one of the file failed because that is fine because I renamed this file and it's not able to find this file on my local system. So it's giving an error. That's fine. At least we are able to upload the one file that is okay. Any one file is required. So I'm gonna close this and I'm gonna go and check it out. I do see the AWS Cloud file gonna show up here. Okay. I do see it's gonna be showing up here. All right. I'm gonna go and try to check that onto the destination folder as well. I'm gonna go and refresh it. And there we go. We do have this available here as well. So means it is getting replicated here. Is it working for you? Is it replicating for you? All right, very nice. It is replicating. That is great. I'm gonna go and add this there with the within the lab tracking sheet for us, right? Let's go and document that we are able to complete that one. Okay. All right, let me pull that here. Okay, so here is a sheet, and let's go and try to document this exercise. Okay. All right. We have done the S3 replication. Okay. So you can go and mark that as done if you are done with this replication part. All right. Let me quickly share the link if you don't have that handy. Okay. Yes, that is correct, Shri. We can actually go and we can go and create the replication rule both ways. Currently, we have created only one way, but this can be done in both ways. Okay, that is right. So this is done for everyone. That is very, very nice. I'm going to take you back here, and I'm going to take you to the folder which we have created earlier. Okay, I'm going to go and take you to the bucket which we have created earlier. Maybe the NSEIT, this folder we have created earlier. Okay, or we have created one more folder today. So we created this one, my demo bucket. Okay, and any bucket, any folder you can use, any bucket you can use. That's fine. So what exactly I'm going to be trying to show you here is, uh, I'm going to be trying to show you some advanced options which are available when you upload a file. And I'm going to be trying to upload a file here, and I'm going to try to upload the same file, the the cloud file which I shared with you earlier. I'm going to say I want to upload this AWS cloud file, and I'm not gonna go and click on upload here. Okay, I'm not gonna choose to upload here. I actually want to show you some advanced options here. Okay, we need to learn something more here, and we need to go and click on, say, additional upload options. So let's go and click on that. We're gonna go and click on, say, additional upload options there. As soon as you come here, you will find we do have different storage classes here. Different storage classes means I can actually choose that which type of a storage I want. Do you want a best performing expensive storage, or do you want a cost effective, economical storage? So you can go and choose the type of storage you would like to go and use. Okay, you can go and decide that which type of a storage you would like to go and use. Okay, so here you can see there are a lot many different type of storage classes which are shown. Okay, there are a lot many different type of storage classes shown. I want you to go and click on learn more. We will be learning that what all these different storage classes are. Okay, let's go and click on learn more. It's gonna open a site where we have a one comparison table given for you. So on this page, we have a very nice comparison table given. And it says you can actually go and choose from these different type of storage classes. We have S3 standard, we have infrequent access, we have intelligent tier, we have one zone, we have glacier, and we have glacier deep archive as well. If you scroll it down, you'll find there's going to be glacier deep archive as well. Now, what these different storage classes are, they are going to be providing us different kind of a durability and different type of availability here. Okay, durability means how good my data will stay on this particular storage. If I'm going to store my data today, will I be able to retrieve that tomorrow, or is it going to be corrupted, or is it not going to be available to me? Okay, that is what the durability is. And availability, that whenever I want to use, is that going to be available to me all the time? Let me give you one example. Okay, let me give you one example. If you're going to be going and trying to deal with bank, uh, the old banks which does not have ATMs, which does not have online, right? You need to go to the bank and deposit money. You need to go to the bank and withdraw money. Once you deposit the money, your money is durable there. Okay, your money is available. Your money is there in the bank, right? But can you withdraw your money all the time? No, you cannot withdraw the money. You can only make the transactions when the bank is open. Okay, you will only be able to make the transactions when the bank is open. So your storage is gonna be durable. Your storage is gonna be 100% durable, but it may not be available to all the time. Your files are there, but you may not be able to use them all the time. And Amazon provides a durability of 11 nines. Okay, these are 99.99999. It's 11.9. And Amazon publicized this, they create a good hype of it. So Amazon says, yes, uh, this is one of the best storage we provide, okay, which is going to be giving you 11 nines here. Okay, now availability actually differs. You have availability of 99.99, you have 99.9, then 5 also. Depending upon which kind of availability you choose, the cost goes down. So if you are looking for, the one of the best storage, you can actually go and choose the S3 standard. So S3 standard is going to be the most expensive, and S3 standard is going to be the best one. It's going to be having the high availability and high durability as well. But within the organizations, we actually go and we actually go and create multiple files every day. We actually go and create thousands of files every day. Okay, and when we are creating those thousands of files every day, okay, when we are creating those thousands of files every day, so why to keep all those files in an expensive storage? I can go and say I want to move those files in one zone. One zone file means my data is going to be staying in only one single zone. Amazon actually replicates your data across multiple zones automatically. You see, if I'm going to go and use standard, my data is going to be created or stored in 3 availability zones. Okay, it's going to be there in 3 availability zones. But if I'm going to be going and using one zone, it's only going to be there in a one single zone there. There will not be multiple copies of it. Okay, let me actually show you the cost here. Okay, let me show you the cost part. Cost is also available here uh, onto the console here. So here you see one more link on this page which says S3 pricing. Okay, which talk about the S3 pricing. So let's go and click on this link and try to check the pricing here. Okay, so as soon as I try to check the pricing, so it is going to be showing me that if I'm going to go and try to use the standard, Okay, if I'm trying to use a standard one, the standard is gonna cost me 2.5 cent per GB per month. Okay, 2.5 cent per GB per month. That is what I will be able to go and use it. Okay, and if I'm gonna be going and using some other type of storage, they are actually gonna be economical. So if you see, if I'm gonna be going and making use of infrequent access, means I'm not gonna use this frequently. It's infrequent access. The cost is just half. It's not 2.3 cents, it is just 1.25 cents. Okay, the cost goes very, very down. If I'm gonna choose, I want to use one zone, it's gonna be just 1 cent per GB per month. Very, very economical. Okay, but in these cases, if you're gonna use the infrequent access or one zone infrequent access, you have to pay for storing your data. You also have to pay for, you also have to pay for retrieving the data, for reading the data. Okay, so that means there are going to be actually dual charges. One, for storing the data, and second, for reading or retrieving the data. Okay, so you need to be mindful with that. So whenever you're going to be trying to use it, so make sure when you're going to be trying to retrieve the data, there is going to be retrieval fees, which is going to be levied. Okay, which is going to be applicable here. All right, so now, sometime we do have a requirement to archive the data, where we want to keep the data for a longer period of time. Okay, maybe I want to keep the data for 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. I can then go and make use of Glacier. And if you have a requirement for storing your data for extremely longer period, maybe 10 years, 20 years, you can go for Glacier Deep Archive. Okay, where you think you only need to access data just once a year or twice a year. The only condition with the Glacier is the retrieval time. If you want to retrieve your file, it's actually going to take a longer time for the retrieval. It might take up to 12 hours. Okay, if you think you're okay to wait for 12 hours to get your data, then you're fine. You can actually go and use this file system. Okay, you can use this option. But if you have a requirement that you want to go and make use of, or you want to retrieve the data very quickly, you do not want to wait, then you should not use this option. Okay, then you should not use this option. All right. All right, so is this okay, guys? The different type of a storage classes. So within S3, we can actually go and choose different type of storage classes. Okay, depending upon our use case, we can actually go and decide that which type of storage class I need. So let's say I am actually very active working with the files today. I created a file today and I'm very actively working with it. So what I'll do, I'll try to keep the file here in the S3 standard one because I have to open the file, store the file, retrieve the file, work with the file multiple times a day. Okay, that is something I'm going to be going and doing it. But after 1 week or after 1 month, I may not be active at that file. So why to store that file on an expensive storage? Why not to move that file to a low cost storage and save money for the company? Okay, for the organization, we can actually save money by moving it to the low cost storage. Okay, so uh, so we can actually go and configure something known as lifecycle policies. I can go and decide that if my file is 1 month old, I want to go and move that to one zone. If my file is 3 months old, I want to move that to Glacier. Okay, and I can actually go and do that in an automated fashion. I'll be able to go and do that in an automated way because within an organization, you might be creating a kind of a thousand and thousands of files every day. And moving those files from one storage to another one may not be easy. Okay, and you might want to do that in an automated way. Okay, you might want to do that in an automated way. Okay, so how we can do that? Okay, how we'll be able to do that? Let me show you how we can actually manage the multiple files there. So let's go and check that out, that how we'll be able to do so. I'm gonna take you back here onto the console. Okay. All right. Before I show you that, I actually want to show you how you can actually go and upload a file in a different storage class. Okay. I say I want to move the file to one zone, and I'm simply gonna go and say, okay, upload that one. And it's gonna be going and trying to upload the file very quickly. There we go. We do have the file got uploaded here. Okay. And you see, it is showing the storage class as a one zone. Okay. So is it showing the storage class different for you? Is it showing that it is one zone? Are you able to upload that in a different zone? Okay, thank you, Sri. Okay, very nice. Okay, very nice. Now, how we can actually go and we can go and configure a lifecycle rules. I'm actually gonna go and take you to the management of the bucket here. So when you're gonna be working on this bucket, we do have a section here called management. That is where we have created a replication rule, right? Okay, that is where we created the replication rule. So again, on the same link, I'm gonna go and try to create a lifecycle rule. So here on this page, we do have an option here called create lifecycle rules. Okay, this is where I'll be able to create the lifecycle rules. So I'm gonna say create lifecycle rule, and it's gonna ask me that what type of a rule you want to create. Okay, so let me choose that I want to create a lifecycle rule. Let me click on this, and it's going to be asking me, okay, what type of rule you would like to go and create. So I'm going to say the name of the rule is going to be my rule. Okay, the name of the rule is going to be the my rule. And then I want to apply this rule to all the objects, okay, for all the files. And I want to, uh, I want to move the previous versions of the file. I want to move the previous version of the files to one zone. Okay. I want to move the previous versions of the file here, and I want to move them to one zone, and I want to move them after 30 days. Okay. I want to move them after 30 days. Let me mention 30 here. And then I'm going to be saying I want to add a one more transition, that I want to move my files to Glacier after 120 days. Okay, after 120 days, I would like to go and move those files to Glacier, which means Amazon S3 is automatically going to be going and taking care of this. So if my files are 30 days old, they are automatically going to be moved to a one zone, which is a low cost. And then if the files are 120 days old, they are automatically going to be moved to Glacier. Okay, they're going to be moved over to the Glacier. All right. So is this okay? Is this fine? We can actually go and create this lifecycle rules, which are going to help move the files from the different storage classes, and we'll be able to save money, and we'll be able to store the files in the right storage class. Is that okay? Does does this make sense? Okay, I'm not gonna create this transitioning. I'm simply gonna go and say just remove this one, just cancel this one. All right. Uh, now uh, we have been using all these services through the GUI. Okay, from this console we have been working all that stuff. Okay, now we're going to be again looking at something more to it. Right now we have been working as a root account. We are actually using our main privileged account, and then we are going to be trying to create and manage all these services through it. Okay, but whenever we work for an organization, we actually go and make use of lot of different different teams, different people who are going to be working together, who are going to be contributing together and helping us manage the resources. Okay, so which means we are kind of a not we are not dependent on one person, but we have a lot of different teams, a lot of different people working together. Okay, working together to support the different resources. So uh, how I can go and onboard more people here, how I can manage the access for the more people here, and we are actually going to be going and trying to do with the help of identity and access management. So identity and access management is going to be helping us manage the identity, and it also going to help us manage the access management. Okay, it is going to be helping with the identity management, and it's also going to be helping with the access management. So when I talk about the identity management means who you are. If I say I am Gurpreet, so I need to prove that I am Gurpreet. I need to give some username password. I need to give some kind of OTP. I need to give some kind of voice recognition, facial recognition, or something, someone or the other stuff, right? One or the other thing to prove my identity. Once the identity has been established, okay, once the identity is established, we can now then go and provide the access. What type of access is required? Once system knows that I'm Gurpreet, then system is going to be checking that which privilege we need to give to Gurpreet. Let's try working with it, and I want you to join me in this exercise. Okay, you will understand this better. I'm going to be going and trying to locate a service here called Identity and Access Management. I will take you back here to the console, and from the console we have the security, identity, and compliance section, and that is where we do have the IAM mentioned over there. So let's go and use that. Let's go and click on say I want to use that one. So as soon as you go there on the IAM dashboard, it's actually going to show you on the left hand side some users, groups, roles, policies. Okay, it's going to be going and trying to show you a lot of different stuff here. I'm actually going to go and click on users. I'm going to say I want to make use of users here. And it is going to show you right now you do not have any of the users in your account. And I'm going to create one user here. I'm going to go and click on say I want to add a user here. Okay, I want to add a user here. So I want to add a user with the name called Suzanne, and Suzanne is going to help me with the storage management in the AWS account. Okay, Suzanne is going to be helping me with the storage management. So uh, Suzanne is not an operating system user. Suzanne will not be able to log into Windows or Linux machine. Okay, it's not Active Directory user. It's not a operating system user. It's a AWS user. It will be able to log into AWS console. So we want to give Suzanne programmatic access so that Suzanne can work with Amazon services through command line, through development tools. Okay, I want to allow this one, and I want Suzanne to log into the management console as well. So both ways, and I'm going to be showing you both ways to work with Suzanne. As soon as you choose that we want to go and give the Suzanne management console access, I'm going to say auto-generated password is fine, and I do not want to reset the password at first login. Okay, I do not want to change the password at the first login. So once we have selected all this stuff, I'm gonna give permissions to Suzanne that what all Suzanne's can do. Okay, I need to go and choose that what all Suzanne can do. All right, so I'm gonna go and say next permissions here. Okay. I'm gonna go and choose say next permissions. And we can actually go and define the permission in three different ways. We can create a group and we can make Suzanne part of the group. I can make a group called storage admin, and then I can add Suzanne to that group. And what all the permissions I'm going to be giving to the group? All the members in the group going to inherit those permissions, going to use those permissions. I can clone the permissions from an existing user as well. Okay, I can go and say, okay, I already have these permissions existing. Okay, I'm gonna say I already have those permissions existing, and I would like Suzanne to go and inherit those permissions. Okay, this is something I can use. The third one is we can go and attach the permissions directly to the to this user. Okay, I can actually directly attach those permissions. So let me show you this last one here. I'm going to give permissions directly to Suzanne. And as soon as I click on permissions here, policies here, it is actually going to be showing me predefined permissions, predefined policies here. Okay, it's going to be listing lot many predefined policies, lot many predefined permissions here. All right, so uh, I'm going to go and search for a permission which are going to be related with the storage. I want Suzanne to help me with managing the S3 services. Okay. I want Suzanne should be able to help me manage the S3 services. So I'm gonna search here that I would like to use the permission that is S3 full access. I will try to type a keyword here called S3F. This means I'm gonna be trying to provide Suzanne full permissions on the S3 services. Okay, I'm trying to provide the full permissions to Suzanne on the S3 services. Okay, so I'm gonna choose this one. All right, and then I'm gonna move to the next step. Is this fine? You with me? Okay, all right. Okay, great. Thank you, Sri, Surbi, Kajal, and Sarda. How about others? All right, very, very nice. Let's go ahead and select this permissions and then gonna move on to the next step here. It says, do you want to give any kind of a tags? And right now, I don't want to give any tag here. Okay, no tags are required. And then we are just gonna go and simply hit the button, say create the user. Okay, let's go and say create the user. As soon as you create the user, okay, as soon as you are able to create the user, it's actually gonna be going and asking you to download one CSV file here. And this file is very, very important. Okay, this file is very, very important. So this file contains all the information about this user. It contains a username, password, and other information. Okay, it contains all the vital information for this user. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and click on and save this file. Okay, it's gonna be downloading in the download folder for me. I'm gonna say download it, and there we go. I do have that available here. Okay, I do have this available here. So I'm gonna go and make use of this file. Okay, I'm gonna be trying to open this and try to show you that how this file looks like. Okay, so here you can see this file contains some very important information. Okay, this contains a lot of important information. It contains username, password, and it contains some keys, and then it also contains link from where you can log in onto the Amazon console. Okay, it contains the link which can be used to log in. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna go and make use of this console link. I'm gonna go and say I want to use this link, and we need to actually open this link in a incognito mode, or you need to use this in a different browser window. Okay, so that we can have a one more session with the AWS console open. Okay, we want to have a one more console session open there. So I do not want to open that in the Chrome. I'm gonna use that in an incognito mode, or I can go and use a different browser window for that. Okay, so you need to be mindful that if you're gonna be trying to open this here, you're gonna lose your current session, and we don't want to lose the current session. We want to keep the current session open, and we want to open a one more session for Suzanne. So I do have a Firefox and I have opened this in the Firefox here. I have pasted the link, and as soon as you paste the link, you will find it is automatically going to be going in trying to show you some account number here. Okay, it is actually showing that you are actually going to be going and working in this account number, which means Suzanne is actually going to work in my account. Okay, Suzanne will be working in my account. Okay, Suzanne is going to be working in my account there. All right. Okay. And then I'm going to be actually providing the username and the password for Suzanne. Okay. I'm actually going to be going and providing the username password for Suzanne. All right, so I know my username and the password, and I'm gonna get that username and password from this sheet. So my username is Suzanne, and I'm gonna be going and using this here. Okay, and I have the password also in the sheet. All right, so are you able to locate the username password? Is that good for you? All right. So once you fill this information, go ahead and click on say sign in. Okay, and it will let Suzanne log into your account. Okay, Suzanne is actually going to be going and working in your account. So the console is going to open up for Suzanne, and you will notice a couple of things here. Okay, you will notice a couple of things here on this screen. So you will find on the screen we do have the information that Suzanne is right now working in Northern Virginia. Okay, so we do see that it's showing that Suzanne is there in Virginia, and it also shows that Suzanne is actually working here on this account number. Okay, Suzanne is actually working here on this particular account ID. Okay, that's where Suzanne is. That's where Suzanne is connecting. Is it showing this way to you also? Are you able to see this information? So if it is showing some different region for you, go and change. Okay, go and change and make it Virginia. So if it is showing Ohio, or in case if it is showing some different region for you, you can go and choose, say, I want to work in Virginia. All right. Okay, very nice. So, okay. So now if you are back in Virginia, we are actually going to be going and trying to expand all these services here. We're going to say all services. And here on all services, I'm actually going to be going and locating storage and S3, because we said that the Suzanne is going to be able to work with the storage services. So I'm going to go and check it out that if Suzanne is able to work with the S3 services or not. So if I come and try to check the S3 services, you will find S3 dashboard is going to open up here. Okay, S3 dashboard is going to open up here. And you will be able to list, you will be able to list all the buckets over there. So is it working? Is Suzanne is able to see all the files in there? Is able to see all the buckets in your account? Very, very nice. Now, I want you to go and try deleting any of the bucket. Let's say we created this source bucket and I want to delete this bucket. I just want to check it out whether I'm able to perform this operations or not. First, I will empty the bucket. Let me try to click on empty and then I will try to click on say delete. Okay. Okay, we empty that out and then I'm gonna go and say delete. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna confirm the name. All right, the bucket is gone. So which means Suzanne is actually having a full permissions and Suzanne is able to work with this service. Is this working? Is this okay? All right. Now we are actually going to be going and trying to perform one more operation. We are actually going to be going back to all the AWS services. Okay. We're going to be going back here to all the AWS services. And I'm gonna go and check it out, the EC2 service. I'm gonna go and check that out, that if I'm able to work with the EC2 services. Okay, I'm gonna go and click on EC2 here. So still I'm working with the Suzanne's account. Okay, still I'm on Suzanne's account. Okay, so what do you see over there? So is Suzanne able to see information on EC2? No. So Suzanne is getting an error here. Okay, because Suzanne is not supposed to work with this service. Suzanne is having a permission to work with S3 service only. Suzanne is a storage admin. Suzanne cannot work with any other service where we have not given the permission. Does this make sense? Is this okay? Which means you can go and create a user and you can actually give them specific permissions so that they will be able to go and manage their respective services. They don't have access to all the services and you can provide a restrictive access to them. In that way, if I have users from the storage side, I only want to give them the access to the storage services. And if I have the users from the networking side, I'll give them the access to the networking services. System admins will get the access to the EC2 services, right? So I'll be able to go and provide them the right type of an access. All right, very, very nice. Now we are actually going to be trying to show you one more way of using this. I'm going to go back to my account, non-Suzanne account, but I'm going to take you back to my account. Okay. So here I am on my AWS account, right? The root account. Okay. This is my account, and I need to make sure that I'm working in Virginia. Okay. That is something which I need to confirm here. Okay. Yeah, it is showing that I'm a root here and I'm working in Virginia. Okay, I'm working as a super user here. So that is very, very nice. Okay, that is very, very nice. Okay, so now here, okay, now here on this console, okay, now here on this console, I'm going to go to EC2, and I'm actually going to be going to create one server, and I'm actually going to be going and trying to show you something known as CLI. Okay, I want to show you Amazon command line interface. Command line interface is one more way of working with the Amazon services. So far, we have been working with the GUI, but now I'm going to be showing you how to work with the command line. Okay, we are going to be going and trying to make use of the command line interface here. So command line interface is an additional software. This is additional tool, and you can download that for Windows systems. You can download that for Mac systems. You can download that for Linux One. Okay, you can actually go and download this particular for all different operating systems. And best part is it actually comes bundled on the Amazon Linux. If you're going to be going and using the Amazon Linux, it is already pre-installed on it. Okay, is this okay? So if we're going to be trying to use this, it's gonna be pre-installed on it. So I'm going to be trying to install a Linux machine, Amazon Linux machine, which means that machine is going to come with the CLI part on it. And that is what I'm going to be trying to do. So I'm going to take you back here to the EC2 dashboard. Okay, let me try refreshing it. Okay, so I'm going to be trying to create a new instance. Okay, I think we were able to delete the VPCs we created yesterday, isn't it? That's fine. We'll check that out in a while. So I'm gonna go and say I want to launch a new instance, and I want to create that from launch instance. Okay. Okay. All right. So let me go and click on this, and I'm gonna go and use the Amazon Linux, and um, CLI is already installed on it. Okay. CLI is pre-installed on it. Okay, so I'm selecting this machine, and I'm gonna go and make use of the T2 micro, part of the free tier. That works for me. It's going to be part of the default VPC which we have, right? Now you actually understand this screen much better, right? You have seen this inside out. So I'll continue to use all these options. Default storage is also fine. I'll go and give a tag here called name, and I'll call that one as a CLI demo. All right. Then I'm gonna make use of the security group which we already have. I'm saying I'm okay using the NSEIT because I do need a port 22 to connect to this machine. So this is the only port which is required, right? For SSH for Linux machine. So it has that port, and I'm good with that port. All right. So I'm going to go and click on say review and launch. And then I'm going to be finally launching this server. Okay. Actually, today I'm using a different laptop, so I'm going to go and create a new key pair here. I'll call this one as my key. And I'm going to be able to use this one. So if you're having the same laptop or same key, you can continue to use that one. No need to create another one. All right. It is going to be trying to create that server real quick, and I'm going to be trying to connect to the server with the help of the Mobax term. Okay, I'm going to go and make use of Mobax term to connect to the server. So it is actually showing it's in the running state for me. I'll select the server and I'll get the public IP here. Okay, I'll try to get the public IP here for the server. Okay, so I'm gonna be trying to bring the Mobax term and then gonna be using it to connect to it. All right, so here I have the Mobax term and I'm gonna say I want to have a new session, and this is going to be an SSS session, and I'm gonna give the IP here, then advance SSH settings, and then I'm gonna go and make use of the key which is there in the download folders for me. Okay, I'm gonna go and pick that up from the download folders. All right, and then I'm gonna go and click on OK. You already know that how to connect to it, and we also know that we do have a default user over there called EC2 user. So I'm gonna go and make use of this user. I'm gonna say I would like to go and say I'm logging here as EC2 user. It will not ask me password, and I got in. Now, how we can use the command line interface, how we can make use of the command line interface. So I'm going to be going and taking you to the CLI reference page. Okay, taking you here on the CLI reference page. And on the CLI reference page, you will find that it is actually going to be going and showing me all the different services which I can make use of. Okay, actually it is showing me that we have all these different services which we can use here with the CLI. And you will find we can actually go and use all of them. Okay, we can actually go and use all of them here. What all services which are available here in the AWS, you'll be able to see all those services listed here. Okay, so I'm actually gonna go and scroll it down, and you will be able to see that we do have a service here called EC2. Yeah, we can work with all the EC2 here. If I scroll it down further, you'll be able to locate a service called S3 as well. So here I have a service called S3. And I'm going to be selecting this service. So as soon as you come here and select this service, it's also going to be showing you that what all different commands you can use here within the S3. if you scroll all the way toward the end, it's going to show you that we do have all these commands going to be available to you. We have copy, list, move, remove, sync, and all those different commands. Let me check it out how to use the list command. ls means listing, and I want to try to check it out that how to use this list command. The best part is uh, the best part is these reference pages contains very good example, and they give you a syntax and the output. So if you scroll, you will be able to see this example given. An example shows that how you will be able to run this command and what kind of an output to expect. So we can actually go and run the command. All the commands are gonna start with the keyword called AWS. Okay, all these are gonna go and start with the keyword called AWS. Okay, they're gonna start with the keyword called AWS, and then you need to provide the service name. So here we have the service name given S3. All right. Okay. So all the commands are gonna start with the keyword call AWS. Okay. All the commands are gonna start with the keyword call AWS, and then uh, second keyword is gonna be which service you want to work with. Okay. Second is gonna be which service you would like to go and work with. So here you can see we have okay, we have the command shown like this. Okay, so we can go and work with the services with the keyword call AWS, which means I want to work with the AWS services. Okay, I want to work with the AWS services, and I want to work with the S3 service. Okay, within the AWS, I want to go and make use of S3 services, and then within the S3, I would like to go and execute a command called ls. Okay, I want to go and execute a command called listing. All right. And what kind of an output I can expect here? I can actually expect an output like this is the date stamp, and these are the buckets I do have here in my account. Okay, it's gonna show that all these buckets I do have here in my account. So let me try to make use of it. Okay, let me try to make use of that. So I'm gonna take you to the MOBX term. Okay, I'm gonna take you to the MOBX term, and we're gonna be trying to run this command. All right. we are going to be trying to run here. Okay, so just give me 1 minute. Let me drink some water. All right, so we are going to be trying to run this command here. Okay, we're going to be trying to run this command here. So I'm going to go and say I want to run the command called AWS S3 and listing, and you will see it is not going to work. Okay, it is not going to work. It says if you want to use this command, you actually need to provide the permissions, and we can actually go and give the permissions with the help of the AWS configure command. Okay, we need to use the AWS configure command to make use of it. Okay, it says no, it's not that anyone can install a command line interface. It's not that anyone can start using these commands and they will be able to see all the information. You need to actually specify which account you want to use, which are your permissions to use. So let's try to do a AWS configure here. So I'm going to say I want to give the credentials here. I'm going to go and make use of, say, I want to use the AWS configure. And as soon as you are going to be using this command AWS configure, let me just clear the screen so that you can able to see that better. So as soon as I'm going to be using the AWS configure, it's going to be asking you that give me your access key. And you have the access key available to you in your sheet. Do you remember that we do have an access key over there? Okay, we do have the access key and we do have the secret access key. So access key is like a password, access key is like a username, and secret access key is like a password. Okay, so I'm gonna go and make use of access key here. And then I'm gonna go and make use of secret access key as well. So secret access key is the password. So let's add the access key and secret access key, and both of them are available for you in the Suzanne's credential sheet. Then it's going to ask you that which region you would like to go and communicate with. And we are going to communicate with the region that is, we are going to go and communicate with the region uh, that is Virginia, and we need to enter the code for Virginia. The code for Virginia is US East 1. Okay, as soon as you're going to be trying to check the code here, it shows that the code for the Virginia is US East 1. Okay, it's going to be the US East 1. All right. Okay, is that good? Is that fine? I'm gonna go and type the US East 1 over there in the Mobax term. I'm gonna say I want to work with the US East 1. Okay, and then it said what the default output format you have. I'm gonna say no, I don't want to use any kind of an format. I'm okay using the default one. And now we are actually using the Suzanne's credentials. We are using actually the Suzanne's permissions, and I'm going to be trying to use this command one more time. If I'm going to be trying to use this same command, AWS S3 ls, the command starts working, and I'm able to list all these different buckets. Is that good? Okay, okay, all right, very nice. Okay, very nice. Okay, all right. We are we are actually gonna go and take a break here. Okay, we are gonna take a break here, and then we will go and do some more operations. We can actually download some files. We can upload some files in the bucket. We can interact with the bucket because Suzanne is having a full rights on this bucket. We'll see how Suzanne is able to go and communicate, interact with this bucket. Okay, we'll quickly check that out. But we're gonna take a break here, and I'm gonna take a little longer break here. Okay, I need some extra time here. So instead of 20 minutes, we're actually gonna be going and taking a 30-minute break here. Okay, but we're gonna be covering that time in our lunch break and in the next break. Okay, we'll reduce that 5 minutes in there, and we'll be able to cover that. So right now it is 11:10 with me, and we are gonna be back at 40. Is that okay? Okay. All right. Let me put that here. Okay. All right, guys. Enjoy your break. We'll talk to you at 11:40.